All right. We're looking at Bitcoin on the month. No, we're not. We're looking at Bitcoin on the day. I want to be looking at Bitcoin on the month. All right. So we're going to look at Bitcoin on the month. Do, 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 do. Okay. These are just my thoughts. I am not a professional trader. I am not a financial advisor. I can't tell you when to buy. I can't tell you when to sell. What I am going to do is I'm going to video this for my own personal references so that I can go back and look at it and get a really good idea of what my thoughts are. This is because I'm too lazy to take notes. So, with that said, Bitcoin on the month. Now, I'm a broken record, right? I keep saying this. This monthly candle right here, that should not have been that high. That was definite. I'm not going to complain about it at all. That's not what I'm doing. But that is the ETF, right? The ETF did that. The ETF is what did that. Everybody heard about it. Everybody bought into it. The ETFs loaded up on it. We then had the halving, right? And or somewhere, right? I don't even care anymore. But I think I said more than a couple times that, historically the halving is not like the jump point. It doesn't like go crazy. There's a supply shock and a demand shock, and we just went through a demand shock and we exited that demand, and the demand went down, and at the same time that demand went down, the supply wasn't really perceivably going down, right? Because Bitcoin miners had stuff in their wallets that they were still selling that they're pacing out. I think a lot of people knew this was going to happen. I think that a lot of people that didn't get in ETF day were assuming that they would be able to get back in. I'll be damned if they didn't almost do that. But just short, and yeah, that is what I'm saying, is I'm saying that people were really thinking that they should be able to get Bitcoin back at 47. Well, it's like 49. That's where all the bias started kicking back in. So I don't know what that says, but last month, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, some time ago, something like that, I was pointing out, I'm fairly sure it was the weekly chart. Let me get rid of that because that's confusing. We had this dip, and I had a warning that this could happen, and my warning was that we could go, I don't remember where, but we could go all the way down to here, right? That was not ruled out of the picture, but that the chances of that happening were like maybe 10%. But going down to our going down to our 50 EMA here at 53 was a real possibility, and we bounced through that pretty quickly. So yeah, if you didn't sell, that's really good, right? I mean, if you didn't sell, I got a lot of Bitcoin. I shouldn't say a lot of Bitcoin. I've got a little bit. I've got a wee amount of Bitcoin that I'm never going to sell, right? Never. And I keep adding just a wee bit more to it as I can. So the question is, are we out of it? Well, I have my favorite tool, the channel, right? And I am liking this. I'm liking this a lot. I don't like the RSI on the week. I don't like the MACD on the week. So this isn't 100% in my mind, right? But this daily, I look at this daily and I look at this channel, and I'm just going to extend this a little bit more. And I want to leave this dip below the bottom here. I'm not actually going to kind of count that. Okay. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? So we got a 1 candle. We have a dip. This officially, this is a dip, right? So we got 5 hours, 6 hours left on this daily candle. Once this 2 candle goes green, it's debatable. Either I wait for it to get above the 20 EMA, which is 61K, or as soon as it turns green. Like, boy, it's a daily candle. So let me not say as soon as it turns green. I want to give it a little bit of time for it to turn green. I don't want to, 5 minutes after this daily candle's over, if the next candle is green in that first 5 minutes, I don't want to buy then. But I'm liking this. Even if, so with this channel, even if this kind of bounces over, I don't expect it to get much lower than that. That ends up being like 8%. That's a lot. And I don't think we're going to see that, right? I think, yeah, this is looking like a dip. So the idea is never to catch falling knives, right? While the price is going down, you want to wait for the dip. People are like, oh, well, where's the dip? And it's like, well, technically, the way that I'm defining dips, it's right here. So just as an example, right, this right here would have qualified as a dip. This little section, this tiny little 1 and this 2, this would have qualified as a dip. This over here, this 1 and this 2 would have also qualified as a dip, which means that I would have wanted to get out on this 2 candle here, or at the very latest, this 2 candle here. I hope that makes sense. But now I'm seeing another dip right here. And I think this is it. I think this is the wave that I'm going to try to catch. So we'll take a quick look at the 4 hour. And yeah, I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot. I'm liking this a lot on the 4 hour. And what I'm going to be doing though, right? Keep in mind, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be setting a stop limit, but that stop limit is probably going to be maybe 5 to 6%. Okay, that's going to be a fairly large stop limit for me until we get above 62K. And then at 62K, I'm going to start setting some tighter stop limits and see what happens, because you're not going to like to hear this, but we could end up being back in this range in a few weeks, a couple weeks, maybe sooner. I could be totally wrong on this dip, but I'm going to try and catch this wave. If you look at the alts, they've already taken off. So I'm going to be looking for anything that I think is like a late bloomer, right? That is rough. Holy cow. Okay, I'm going to be looking for where EMA lines are crossing. Let me put it that way, right? But some of these are looking really, really rough. But I'll be looking for twos on these on the daily too. So that's all I had to say. Um, two things, two quick things. I'm done screwing with the indicator. I'm gonna put it out there somehow. TradingView wants me to give descriptions and stuff and give a reason why it's important, and I really don't care. So I'm thinking I'll just link it below, or even just include the source in the description below, and just walk away from it and never think about it again. Um, the second thing is people are asking me about prediction, which is kind of funny. I didn't think that that would take off so much. I am not all that comfortable making prediction videos. I've given my strat. My strat really hasn't changed. Um, well, all right. Do, 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 do. I'm working on it. So I'm trying to make things clear. This will require a fairly good set of rules, more than 3, but hopefully less than 7, in order to play. But it's not too bad. We got indicators when to buy and indicators of reversals, but there's still a lot of spit and polish. Okay, so forget about that. Just looking at Bitcoin. It's the 3 minute. But we'll go back to the 1 week. So I think this is our reversal. We could go. I'm thinking that our huge level that we got to break, that we got to get support of, has not changed in a very long time. We still need to break that level. We still need to get real support above here before something's going to happen. And right now it appears to be slipping away, but I don't think that's quite the case. I think that we can end up coming back down, but I think we're going to hit this again. So that would be the point at which once we start getting to that, that would be the point to start increasing your stop limits and or just get out of your trades. Just saying it. You can always get back in. You can always get back in. You can always get back in. Sell 30%, sell 70%. But come up with your strategy. Like I said, just wanted to throw this out there.